Year 2000 Mazda Bongo camper. This is the electronically lifting roof version. It's also the 2.5 litre diesel, turbo diesel, 4x4 with an automatic gearbox. We'll start by having a look at the bodywork. We start on this front driver's side. See this bumper's all nice and clean. It does have a little mark here, but actually, to be fair, it's sitting on top of the paint. I'd be pretty much guaranteed that'll polish out. The arch itself is all nice and clean. If you look down the side of the van, you can see it's nice and straight. It's got a little bit of it's had a repair here of some sort on this pillar. Oh, that's nice and clean up there. A few stone chips on the wing mirror, and the wing mirror is sort of matte. It could either do with a polish or a repaint. I think it's been painted over black plastic, to be fair. Obviously, you can see white and silver. Look along that sill. See, that's all nice and clean. Going down this side. Not a huge amount to report, to be fair. It's had a paint at some point because there's a little bit of overspray along this windowsill, as you can see. Black glass all round, apart from obviously on the front windows where it's illegal. It could do with a very good clean. It's been sat outside for a little while. There's a little chip on the edge of the door there. And there's a couple of little spots just appearing under the window there. You can see halfway down the driver's side. Have a look at this arch. You've got a couple of little spots in the arch there, but nothing major. It is nice and solid, this thing. It's had some welding done recently as well, which we'll detail in the description. You've got a little bit of a mark in the paint next to that plug. Going out this rear corner, there's a bit of damage to the bodywork here, and you can see the light's been repaired. That's obviously sort of showing through a little bit, as you can see. But the whole point of this is it's a camper, it's out and about, it's going to get the odd war wound, I would say. Couple of little marks in the paint. Again, it wants a really good clean more than anything. Best thing for me is these Bongos are so well thought out. They actually drive really, really well. Not like your sort of equivalent Transit or anything like that. It's just hard work to drive. This thing's really, really easy to drive. Little mark there in the paint as well. Again, looking down this side, nice and straight. This arch again, nothing really to complain about. 4 good wheels and tyres on this one. Matching hubcaps, which is always nice to see. Got a bit of a crack in the paint there as well on that rear arch. And there's a scuff along here where something's obviously been caught in the door when it's gone along. Again, it's quite likely that'll polish out. Let's presume it won't. If it does, it's a bonus. Got a small mark here as well. No, you haven't. That's a bit of dirt. Told you it needed a clean. And there's been a bit of a dent here, which has cracked the paint underneath that sticker, as you can see there. And then you've got a little bit of reaction in the paint there. And along the bottom of the door, on the passenger side, there's another dent just here, and there's a little bit of bubbling in the paint there on that seam. But underneath, it doesn't seem to be rotten. It seems to be quite solid, which is always nice. Bit of a crack in the bumper there, and then on the front, you've got a little bit of a damage to the bumper there, and the odd stone chip on the bonnet, which is exactly to be expected. Headlights could do with a polish, I would say. And it's missing that cover there, like that one. Should be easy enough to get parts for these, I would think. Onto the interior. It's like a grey cloth interior. As you can see, the seats are actually in really good condition. It's showing 189,000 kilometers. But wear-wise, really good. Automatic, like I said, 2.5 diesel. It's actually the same engine you get in a Ford Ranger, so loads of power, loads of torque. Go around and have a look in this side. Again, all nice and clean in there. Carpet could do with a bit of a steam clean. There's a couple of little marks there. But the seats are lovely and soft. They're very comfy. Nice and clean. Dash top's all good. You've got aircon in here, which is nice. MP3 CD player with MP3 WMA. So that's what you've got in there. And it looks to have a Bluetooth or a car kit fitted into that, as you can see. We'll have a look in here, which is kind of the whole point of the thing. So you've got a bench seat there, 2 seats, as well as a table. Now there's a few extra sort of features and things on a Bongo which are worth pointing out now. For example, in the back here for your passengers, you've got heater controls, so you can control the aircon from the back, which is really nice. Big table, which obviously lifts out. This becomes your bed. And then in the back here, we've got a fridge, as you can see, with a little ice box. And then you've got a decent sized sink, stainless, 2-ring gas hob. And then you've got extra storage here. What we'll do is we'll have a little look under the engine bay. We'll start it up and then I'll show you some of the other toys and things on it, because they are quite cool. So like I say, 2.5 litre diesel. Really good starter. Been with us a couple of days. It's always started up on the button. It was driven to us. You have to excuse the dodgy camera work at this point. There we go, knew we'd get there in the end. So you've got a little bit of surface rust on the top of that scuttle there. Other than that, all nice and clean. You've got a leisure battery and a main battery. Obviously for running all your toys and everything, but as you can see, nice and quiet. It starts with no smoke or any rattles or anything like that. Really nice and quiet. You can see no smoke coming out there. Now, if we put this in neutral with the handbrake on and hit this button here, you can see that obviously the pop top's electrically deployable, which means you're not having to get two people to give you a hand and force it up. It's got a full-size hatch over the inside. Makes it really usable. But you're talking about 15-20 seconds on the button. And as you can see, up it goes on these nice hydraulic rams here, or electric rams even. I'll take that all the way up. There you go. So electronically operated, obviously. Really nice height on it. If we go back in here now, pop that hatch up like that. You see obviously there's a window in it, which does have a blind on it. We've got this massive space up here. Do whatever you want up there, all your camping and things. Now that's on, you can see this aircon unit working. It also has two buttons, one for all the blinds, or each blind has its individual button as well if you want to use that. On all the windows, so as every window's got one. Rear windows do pop out, which is always good, get a bit of airflow through there. Obviously you've got your big sliding door on this side, and then there is a button in here, I believe somewhere, where if I hit that, it'll take that side up, as you can see, and that'll take that side up, so you can operate them from the front while you're driving as well if you want. Have a look in the back here. Full length tailgate, as you can see, and then you've got access to the back of your fridge. You've got your water there, and a bit of electric stuff as well. It does have a tow bar. It's a nice winter tow bar, so a good quality one if you wanted to tow something else on the back. So there you have it, 4-wheel drive, 2.5 diesel Mazda Bongo camper. Any questions, get in touch.